Okay, it looks like we're live. Welcome, everybody. My name is Tom, and I am Blueprints Support Admin. Today, we're going to be going through LotWorks Develop and the core reports. This will be a quick little tutorial on the user snapshot report and the user year-to-date report, some of the functionality, and how to get the most out of the reports themselves. So the first thing is that from your dashboard, once you're logged in, you'll see the report card there on the dashboard. To get to the new snapshot reports, you click on Create User Snapshot Report. Now, the purpose of these reports is to generate a live view of the inventory in your system and some of the details surrounding those lots. So when you first get here, it's a little cumbersome in terms of just seeing kind of what to do and how to put together a good report. So we'll be going through some examples here, and I'll show you how to put together a report that's not all just header rows and total rows, and actually has a good concise view of the information. So what you have in general is first a column and row selector. These are your two main functions in terms of determining what's going to be across and down on your report. Then there's two optional filters, which will filter that information in based on kind of any other settings you have, typically community and phase or builder. Then you can also group your data by a certain option here, including product type zoning, even last event, and subgroup as well if you want to kind of divide them up further. Now, just caution about using group by and subgroup by is that that's one of the easiest ways to get into having just a bunch of header rows dividing up your information when it's not entirely necessary if you use the filters properly and the column and row selectors. The last option here, hide 0 rows, just means that if you set that to yes, it's going to remove any rows from your report that don't have any information. So for this first example, I'm actually going to do a simple third-party sold lot status report for a specific community. So let's go with, for columns, we're going to do by builder. Select all. And so each of your columns will be a separate builder. For rows, I'm going to do lot status. Again, I'm going to select all. So I don't have any concern with selecting all because I'm going to use that hide 0 rows to remove any builders or any lot statuses that aren't actually applicable. Now I can generate it at this point. It's going to take a little bit just to pull all that information together, but it's going to show you all of the builders and all of their statuses. Sometimes users might find it more convenient to flip these rows so that builders is down the left-hand side and lot status is across the top. The reason that I did it this way is just to show you what the group by and subgroup by are going to look like once we add that information in as well. So this stretches quite a bit. And now we're going to also filter it to a specific community. Let's go with Ravensgrove. And we're going to group by the zoning. That's a lot of zonings. So this is where you get into the situation where you have just a ton of information broken out. This isn't too bad, but unfortunately we have a lot of kind of just lots with rows or columns with no information. So if I did this with rows instead, it would be a little bit better in terms of the display. So I'll show you what that's going to look like. So now I'm going to switch my columns to lot status and my rows to builder. When I generate this, It's a much better display. Much cleaner, much easier to read. You can see that it's lot status by builder, grouped by zoning, filtered by community. At today's date, 11:35. Community is Ravensgrove, so R1 their status, R1S, R1SL, etc. Now with the core reports, you can always click on any of the underlined options here to bring up a full list of those lots. So if I wanted to see Cadogan and all of their third-party sold homes, I'd click on this 19. It's going to open it up in a new window. It's going to show me all 19 of those lots, and I can go through and print to PDF or download as well. With the reports as well, with the snapshot report and the year-to-date reports, you can also, besides the standard print to PDF and download as a spreadsheet, you can save them. Now, saving allows for auto emailing and also quick access from your dashboard. So we can set to auto email every Sunday, auto archive as well. Because this is a snapshot report, meaning it is live information, you may want to save it so that you have kind of historical record of what the report used to look like. And the auto email to field allows you to enter really no limit of email addresses, just separate them by a comma and a space to have that weekly report auto emailed. So if you wanted it to be in your inbox every single Monday morning, you can just set that to weekly, Monday, and set the auto archive to the same. And then you can just put in any emails that you wanted. Let's lot status, filter to Ravensgrove. And create. So the report's been saved now, and it can be viewed from the dashboard or the module. So the module is just up here if you wanted to go in and take a look at report, and it's going to be there at the bottom. You can also just go right from your dashboard. Easiest way to get back to your dashboard is just to click the system logo in the top left, and it's right there. So now instead of having to go back into create user snapshot report and generate all that information and all those selections over again, you have a pre-generated, pre-saved version. You can just one click and it's going to load that information for you. You'll see some additional information at the bottom now that the report has been saved. You can edit, which edits the send and save settings for the report itself. You can copy, which is going to open up a duplicate version of the create user snapshot report with your selections, so what had been selected previously on the report. And then delete. Now delete's going to just delete the saved version of the report. It's not going to delete any of the previously archived information, but it'll no longer send weekly, archive weekly, or send or be visible on the dashboard. Done. So now your options, again, for columns and rows, you have community, phase, builder, lot status, lot type, price, frontage, zoning, product type, and last event. So a lot of different information there and a lot of different options to put together your report any way you like. Typically, the most common ones we see are builder inventory or builder lot status reports and third-party sold reports as well. The other report I wanted to highlight today during this quick session is the year-to-date report. Now I'm going to go back and do 2019 just so we have some good data in there. I'm going to select for my rows, builder, again all, third party sold, and we do still have those optional filters, group by, subgroup by, and hide 0 rows. So I'm going to go hide 0 rows, yes. I'm going to filter as well to Ravensgrove once again. And so we have third party sold by builder, in Ravensgrove. I'm not going to group by or subgroup by just yet. And when I generate this report, you're going to see a month by month year-to-date report for 2019, third-party sold by builder, filtered to Ravensgrove. The same options are available to save the report if you wanted to. You'll be able to copy it, edit it, delete all that, and it's going to be visible on your dashboard as well again. You can click on any of these if you wanted to, and it's going to show you the actual lots. So I click on these 8 of Cadogan, and it's going to load the 8 in the list here. And then of course I can add a additional grouping. So now they're actually split up by their zoning as well. Same total, except now you have a bunch more subtotal rows as they're broken out into their zonings as well. So very handy if you're looking at your system and trying to just get a handle on the overall inventory, how quickly the inventory is moving through the system in terms of third party sold. You can also put together architectural events to see how many architecturals are approved on a given month over month, how many lot draws actually have homes added to them, either third party sold or spec homes if you're looking at either of that information. And you can see kind of any of the other main events. Now, you'll notice that it's not column and row based for the year-to-date report. It is row and event based. LotWorks does record in detail these main kind of action events in the system. Not all actions and all events in the system do have recorded dates. That's why these ones are the primary ones you see here under the event category. And there we go. So that was a very quick preview of the core snapshot and core year-to-date reports. It's very good functionality if you want to kind of put together a view of your system and your inventory. There also is the month comparison report if you want to do a similar report comparing how the sales were this year, this March compared to last March, for instance. But that one is generally the least used. Very similar functionality otherwise. And that's it. Thank you very much for joining me today in our core reports training stream. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can send your questions directly to help@lotworks.ca, or you can leave your comment in the video as well. Again, thank you. This has been Tom from Blueprint.